Hello, Reagan here, and welcome to part 2 of the final part of the Moses' Detective Agency diorama build. If you haven't seen part 1, please hop over and check it out. And if you like watching this kind of stuff, please be sure to toss me a like. And if you want to help this channel to grow a little and make it a little bit easier for me to continue doing these types of things, be sure to click that subscribe button, and I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, so on this portion of my adventure with Moses' Detective Agency, I am assembling the walls and then getting all the little fiddly bits that go inside this adorable build. It's really cool because of the fact that everything is just like, there's a lot of paper crafts, and then like the walls are very, it's all there. Everything is measured really well and fits really well, and I like it. It's really cute. I'm telling you though, these kits are spoiling me. I'm getting a little nervous because I'm getting ready to take on the big project. Oh yeah, by the way, if you subscribe, you get to check out and follow me on my adventure while I build the Painted Lady Victorian dollhouse. She is a 7 to 10 room dollhouse, and right now she's just a big flat box full of wood. So yeah, if that's something that you want to check out and follow the progress on, be sure to click the button. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, these kits are just, I can't talk about how wonderful they are enough. They really are. They're really, really just so nice because everything is measured so well and it's so easy. Of all the kits that I've done, this is like my 5th one in the past like month, I think. The only one that I did have a little bit of an issue with was the Rose Garden tea house. There was a gap in the roof, but it's not enough to be like completely off-putting. I was able to just fill it in with some greenery and everything lined up enough to kind of get it to where you can't really tell unless you really look closely that there's that issue. So it worked out. It worked out in the end, and I'm happy with it. It's adorable. So something I want to talk about while I'm here is I will be listing some stuff in Cat Hair Tea, which is my Etsy store. There will be a link down below for that. You can go check out what I have available over there. The stuff won't be posted until probably Monday. I believe Monday, just because I have to actually get everything out and take decent, photographs and get all of my descriptions and everything written out. I'll only be able to ship within the continental United States. So check out the links down below for my Etsy store. And while you're down there, there's also my Instagram username. You can hop over and follow me on Instagram, and it's a good way to keep up on what I'm doing and what I'll be coming up next and all that fun stuff as well. Yeah.
The amount of detail in these kits just is mind-boggling to me. I don't know why. It's so hard for me to like it's just, oh, look at this. It's like the little, like once again, like I said, it covers up the fact that it's a laser cut piece with this overboard that covers up the little tabs on the bottom. And then of course there's this little piece, you know, these little pieces here that give it extra little added detail. And of course there's the door. I was going to put the door on a hinge, but I wouldn't have had a practical, well, I mean, I could have like figured out a way, practical way for the door not to swing open like backward. I wouldn't want to run the risk of it swing up and getting caught on something and breaking off. And then there's an umbrella stand like right inside the door, so it wouldn't swing that far open the other way. So I went ahead and just glued it flush. Just for it was easier. Just because it was just easier to do that. But I might possibly change that. I might possibly put that door on a hinge just because it might be cuter. It was so funny. The end of the little battery case has a hole in it, and I forgot to put that on, like run the wire through the hole in where the battery case goes. And I had to pull the wires back out. If you see, they're like running underneath the stairs here. And I panicked. I'm like, oh no, how do I get them back in there? Because I forgot that the whole bottom has a big hole opening in it so that you can actually pull the wires through very easily. But my brain wasn't like processing it that way. I'm just like, no, I broke it. What am I going to do? How am I going to get those wires back through there? I was like trying to find a way to feed them back through. And then I like lifted up the thing, turned it over. I'm like, wow, my whole entire hand fits into the little hole where I can just feed the wires right through in the holes right there that comes out underneath the stairs off to the side to come up to the desk where the lamp goes. So I panicked for absolutely no reason, but I panicked way longer than I should have too, as well. So bad. The cuts on this were amazing. Everything fit so nicely. Like this little like footboard was perfect. Just lined up perfect. Just fit right in. So awesome. I really like when things are measured well. Speaking of that too, as far as like clean cuts and everything go, I just got the cutest little Proxxon saw. It's one of their mini table saws. It's not the big bulky one. Like, well, I mean, it's kind of bulky, but it's not that big. It's the little smaller one. And it's so funny because like I was using it, and I mean, it's a saw blade. It's a very sharp blade. And it's definitely not a toy by any means. But I was cracking up because I was cutting some little pieces of wood. Just testing it out, you know, and it's got kickback. Like it caught a piece of wood and did the thing where it kicks it back, you know. And I've had that happen on a big table saw, and it scared me, like terrified me. It's the worst experience of my whole life. And I was traumatized by it for a while until I got back used to using power tools again.
But it's just so funny because it's this mini saw, so this like little mini kickback. So it's like shooting these little pieces of wood out, and I was just like, it was funny to me because it's like on a smaller scale, so it's a lot safer than if that would happen on a big saw. But it's very nice for small cuts. It's a lot of stuff that I wouldn't dare do on a big table saw because it's such little cuts and you have to put your hands kind of close to the blade. But yeah, it's awesome because I have a wide assortment of saws, but sometimes a handsaw just takes forever to use. And then I have like a jigsaw and stuff like that, but it's really hard sometimes to get those cuts nice and straight and even. So this little table saw is really perfect. It's really, really nice for getting nice, good, even cuts, consistent cuts. So I'll leave a link in the description down below if you want to check that out. But yeah, it's just one of the things I got to use for so my scratch builds and working on my big dollhouse. I can't wait to get started. Like I can't shut up about it. My apologies. I'm so excited. So I really like the way the books are in this because there's just like little MDF pieces of wood that you pop out and then wrap the covers around. And then some of the books are thicker, so you use a couple, like 2 or 3 pieces of wood so that it's thick enough for the spine of the book. But making these just makes me want to make like more realistic little books. I also made some for one of the other builds that are just pieces of I'm trying to think of what it is. It's like mat board, like, you know, for photos or whatever, or paintings and stuff, you know, the mat board they use for a border. That stuff is a good thickness for books too, but I want to actually use paper. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting into the 1/12 scale stuff more because it's easier to work in that scale and make things like more realistic books and little detailed things like that. Because at 1/24 scale or 1/20 scale, things are teeny, not super teeny. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can still make pretty cool at that scale pretty easily. But for me, my old eyes and my crampy hands, I like working at a little bit larger scale. It's a little bit easier for me to do. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. See, I can't stop talking about it. I'm really excited. But yeah, just so much fun. So I had someone comment on my last video and bring up Bentley House Minis, and I just want to say I am a huge fan of Bentley House Minis. I love everything that she does, and I'm like waiting for all of this crazy rain to stop so that I can take a road trip probably sometime this spring down to Tucson to go see the Addams family house in person. I have to do that. I want to see it so bad. Yeah, everything she does is really cool. I'm kind of a lurker on a lot of people's channels. I don't really interact with very many communities. Sometimes it's just easier that way on the internet to just kind of lurk and stay to yourself. So I don't really reach out a whole lot to anyone, but I will say there are a lot. I'm gonna have to like compile a list because there are so many amazing miniature YouTubers, and not only just like dollhouse miniatures, but also like tabletop, like painters and stuff. There's just some really, really amazing people on this platform that I really look up to and have learned a lot from throughout the years watching their videos. And yeah, so exciting. But yeah, no, there's that's what I do when I can't sleep. I get on YouTube and look for new people, new miniature builders and painters and crafters to watch. So yes, so much talent. I mean, there's just some really, really amazing people on this platform. It was really funny. I got finished building this bulletin board for the detective agency, and then I made one a life-size one for my podcast in my living room. It's a 50 by 32-inch map, United States map, so that I can keep track of all the places I've been and have like a visual representation in front of me of all the different podcast episodes I've done. And then we'll be doing some more traveling and stuff once again when the weather allows it. So I'll be able to also keep track of all of that stuff on the big map as well. And I'm looking for like different color, like to use specific colors of pins for certain things, like if I've been there or if I did a story on there like that. And, those some like pictures and ticket stubs and things like that on there, receipts and stuff, places I've been, that kind of stuff. So I'll be sharing that too. It'll probably be set up as part of my backdrop because I'm going video with my podcast for the duration. All the future episodes will be including video as well, so that I can post them on YouTube and have the video there, as well as having it available on all major platforms. So, yeah. The next episode's in the works. I took a really long hiatus, but just a lot going on. So, but I'll get there. I haven't given up. I haven't stopped. Just, a few diversions here and there, but I'm still somewhat on track one way or another. Even if I did take the scenic route to get back to things where they need to be. But, whatever. I'm here. Well, that just about does it for this build. This has been a lot of fun putting together Moses' detective agency. And I will be back here next week on Wednesday. I'll be sharing some car builds with you. Actually, I'll be sharing my Jeep build and the Volkswagen, and taking a little bit closer look at some of the other projects that I am working on, as well as possibly cracking open the big guy, this gigantic ass dollhouse. So until then, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next week. Bye.